Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my channel once again. Today we are going to learn how to multiply algebraic expressions. And I know the very obvious question will come into your mind that where do we need to multiply algebraic expressions? So, the simplest answer to this question is there are a number of situations like finding the area of rectangle, triangle, in which we need to multiply these expressions. And at times you will see that there are some situations like to find the volume of cuboid or cube where you will need to use this concept. So let's study some rules before moving ahead. We already know these rules that when we are multiplying two numbers having different signs, like here in example 1 and 2, the numbers are having two different signs, that is minus 4 into 5 or 4 into minus 5. So in the product we are getting minus 20. On the other hand, if we are having the numbers having the same sign, the answer is going to have the plus sign with it. And you know it very well that we don't show plus sign. We don't mention it over there in the answer or with the number. And this is very easy. We are doing this since class 1, I guess, when you started learning the tables, that 4 into 5 gives you 20. Right? So this we already know. So when we are multiplying the numbers having different signs, we need to keep the sign also in mind. Right? Next new thing for you, maybe you are aware of this term or you may not be. So let's just revise this also. When a term is written like this, it is read as a raised to the power m, where a is base and m is known as exponent. So we are going to deal with these kind of terms when we are multiplying two algebraic expressions. So let's study about them, and we are going to use some rules of exponents, some laws of exponents, which we are going to learn. Obviously, we are going to learn laws of exponents in detail in the chapter powers and exponents. But here we are going to use these laws here, some laws here. So let's study. When there are two terms having the same base but different exponents and are getting multiplied, how we are going to multiply them? So the answer will be the same base and the exponents are getting added. So the exponents will get added in this case, right? And if we are having the terms having the same base but different exponents and are getting divided, so in that case we are going to subtract the exponents. This again, as I told you, we are going to learn in detail in the chapter powers and exponents. And this you might use in some of the questions, so I have just given you for your information. A raised to the power minus m can be written as 1 upon a raised to the power m, and a raised to the power m whole raised to the power n can be written as a raised to the power mn. That is, the exponents are getting multiplied over here. Now let's combine both set of rules for algebraic expressions. As we know, the algebraic expressions are the combination of constants and variables. So first example I have taken over here where I am multiplying 5x and 4x square. So the coefficients 5 into 4 are getting multiplied and the variables, that is x into x squared. So we are using the law of exponent over here, x raised to the power 1 into x raised to the power 2. So same base and the exponents are getting added. So 20x cube is the answer. Next example, I have directly written the answer over here. You also will be able to write the answer directly if you will get control over this topic, if you'll get command over this topic. So very easy. 5x into minus 4xyz, that is 5 into minus 4 minus 20. X into xyz, that is x square yz. Next example, again this is also very easy. Minus 4x cube y into 6x raised to the power minus 2 y squared. So, can you guess the answer? Since we are multiplying the terms, therefore, the exponents on the variable will get added. So, therefore, we are getting the answer minus 24x y raised to the power 5. Next example. minus 2a cube b square into 3a raised to the power minus 3 b raised to the power 4 c into 4a raised to the power 6 b raised to the power minus 1. Please listen to me how I'm reading the terms over here. Now, what we'll do, we'll just multiply the coefficients by taking the sign of the numbers. So let's see, what do we need to do over here? Minus 2 into 3 into 4. Then a cube, a raised to the power minus 3 into a raised to the power 6. I have collected the terms like this, and again into b square, b raised to the power 4 into b raised to the power minus 1. And since c is alone, we have kept it alone only. And now we are multiplying the terms. So this is giving us minus 24. Same base, the exponents will get added. So 3 in plus minus 3 will give us 0. So a raised to the power 6 only. And here 2 plus 4, 6. 6 minus 1, 5. So b raised to the power 5 into c. So this only is the answer, that is minus 24 a raised to the power 6 b raised to the power 5 into c. Next, some more rules we need to keep in mind when we are multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. So we multiply, in this case, we multiply every term in the polynomial by the monomial using the distributive law, that is a bracket b plus c. So this will get distributed with the each term of the polynomial, that is a into b plus a into c. So let's see what is this rule actually. So when we have to find the product of 6a square minus 7b plus 5ab and 2ab. So how can we do this? Let's see. Either we can multiply it in this way, that 2ab is getting multiplied with the whole polynomial, or we can write it in another way also. Let's see the first how we should multiply the terms over here. So 2ab, what is the rule actually? This 2ab will get multiplied with each term in the polynomials. So what is that? See, right? And another way of doing this multiplication is like when we are multiplying, when we are writing this 2ab on the right side of the bracket. So there is no difference actually, it is the same thing only, whether we multiply it from right side or left side, right? So next step is going to be the same. That is 2ab is getting multiplied by 6a square, then 2ab into minus 7b. That's why minus has come. So very important step is that we need to be careful with the signs of the numbers getting multiplied. So minus 2ab into 7b, and then third 2ab into 5ab, 2ab into 5ab. And you know how to multiply the terms now. 2 6 are 12, a cube b minus 2 into 7 minus 14, a b square plus 2 5s are 10, a square b square. And either you do it in this way, you will get the same step. Fine. I hope you understood. Next, in the multiplication of a polynomial by a binomial or trinomial, we multiply term by term, that is every term of the polynomial is multiplied by every term in the binomial or trinomial using the distributive property. Now, what is that? So let's study. Let's try to understand this with the help of an example. So we are multiplying these two terms, these two expressions. As I told you, either we can multiply it from right hand side or we can multiply it like this, because we know what, that a into b is equals to b into a. That is commutative property of multiplication, right? So let's see now. Yes. So when we are multiplying it like this, x square is getting multiplied with each and every term of the second given polynomial. So x square into 2x plus 7, then minus 5x into 2x plus 7, then plus 6 into 2x plus 7. In this way you should write, so that you are not leaving any term or you are not just forgetting any term. Okay, so next you can just multiply inside now. Till where this bracket is getting closed, till there you should multiply this term. So x square into 2x, then x square into 7. This gets over since the bracket is closing over here. So we will just multiply it till here. Then minus 5x into 2x and minus 5x into 7. This bracket is getting closed, so it is getting stopped over here. Then next term plus 6 into 2x and then plus 6 into 7. So 6 into 7. So next step, we are just multiplying the terms now. 2x cube 7x square minus 5 into 2 minus 10 and x into x square minus 5x into 7 minus 35x 12x and then this is giving us 42. Now if any like terms are there, you can just collect the like terms and simplify it further. You know how to add or subtract. If you don't know, please watch the previous video. Or now I have done the same question by taking the product like this. When I'm writing the products like this, then also I can do the same question. So that also I've shown you here, that when I'm doing it in this way, so 2x will get multiplied with the whole expression first and then 7 will get multiplied with the whole expression. So this is what I have written over here. Next step, in the next step, this will get multiplied inside till the bracket is getting closed. So 2x into x square minus 2x into 5x and then 2x into 6. So here the bracket is getting closed. It means this multiplication is over. Then we will move on to the next term, that is 7 into x square. Then 7 into minus 5x, that is 7 into minus 5x is giving us minus 7 into 5x. So it means the same only. Then 7 into 6, 7 into 6. Fine. Then next step, we are multiplying the terms 2x cube minus 10x square, 2x into 6 giving us 12x, 7 into x square giving us 7x square, minus 7 into 5x is giving us minus 35x and 7 into 6, 42. Now collect the like terms. These are the like terms. And then this is the answer. So you'll see that the answer is not going to be different. The answer is going to be same. At times you might find that minus 3x square is written over here or minus 23x is here. So it doesn't matter. You just need to be careful with the sign of the number. That the sign with the number should be same wherever it is written in the expression or wherever it is written in the answer. Okay. So let's move on. Now this is very easy. I hope you will find it easy. So I'm not explaining it. I'll just show you the steps how you can multiply this minus PQR with this P square plus Q square plus R square. So PQR minus PQR is getting multiplied with each of the term of the second polynomial. And we have to be very careful with the signs also. So directly the answer I have shown you over here, and we cannot solve it further since the terms are not like terms, they are unlike. Now the question we can ask you in this way also, find the area of a rectangle with length 4AB and breadth 6AB square. So again, how do you find the area of a rectangle when you have length and breadth? We have the formula, that is length into breadth, and unit square, whatever the unit is given, that square you need to write as unit whenever you are finding the area. Next, I have just put the values over here. Length is 4AB and breadth is 6AB square. You know how to multiply this and that is the answer. I hope it is easy. Therefore, the area of the given rectangle is 24A square B cube unit square. Now let us move on to the next question. Yeah, this one is good. So you know how to do this. I'll just show you the steps. So 3x square plus 4x minus 8 getting multiplied by 2x square minus 4x plus 3. So this step is very important, as I told you that maybe you find it very long, but you should write it so that you are not making any mistake in the notebook. So 3x square first is getting multiplied by the whole expression, then 4x, then minus 8. So 4x, then minus 8, right? In the next step, I have just done the multiplication. 3 to the 6, x raised to the power 4, then 3x square minus 4x getting multiplied, minus 12, x cube, 3 3s are 9, x raised to the power 2 or x square actually. Then again, here 4 to the 8, x into x square giving us x cube, then minus 16x square, then 12x, and since the bracket is getting closed, so till here only we can multiply this 4x, then we will move on to minus 8 into 2x square, that is minus 16x square, plus 32x, and then minus 24. So we need to be careful with the signs also. And now collect the like terms as we normally do. So I have collected the like terms and I have simplified over here, and this is what I'm getting as the answer. So 12x plus 32x is giving us 44x. These three terms are getting simplified and it is giving us minus 23x square and likewise minus 4x cube, and this is how I'm getting the answer. Right? I hope you have understood. Please write each and every step carefully. So I find this step very important for you. So please write this step. Maybe you find it little lengthier, but you should write so that you are not making any mistake. Right, children? Let's move on to the next question. Now this is an important question and a good one actually. So you know how to multiply the polynomials. So minus 3 by 4x is getting multiplied by 2 by 3x, and then again minus 3 by 4x is getting multiplied by 3 by 2y. So since it is having minus, so I have taken minus over here because of this 3 by 4. Or what you can do, you can put a plus sign over here and you can use this minus 3 by 4 here also. You can put that minus here also with 3. Then minus 4 by 3 is getting multiplied by 2 by 3, and then minus 4 by 3 is getting multiplied by 3 by 2y. Now in the next step, I have just multiplied the variables and now I'm going to simplify. You can see this step carefully, and in the next step I have simplified the coefficients. So since there is multiplication in between these two fractions, minus 3 by 4 into 2 by 3, we can simplify it. That is 2 times 4 and 3 is getting cancelled. So minus 1 upon 2 x square. In this bracket, 3 3s are 9. Since there is no term getting cancelled, so 3 3s are 9, 4 2s are 8 xy, and minus 9 upon 8 xy we are getting. Here again, no term is getting cancelled. Therefore, we are getting minus 8 upon 9 xy, and this one 3 ones are 3 and 2 times 4, so therefore 2y square, and with this minus sign. Now no problem is there in this question, only the thing is how to simplify this thing. So there can be many ways to simplify this. I have shown you one way here, and again I'm going to show you the same step by another way. So it's up to you whichever way you want to adopt. So now collect like terms. Obviously there are only these two like terms, so let's see how we are going to do that. Since there are two fractions, so how do we simplify them? We take the LCM. So that exactly we are going to do. So I have taken the LCM, 8 9s are 72. That's why this is getting multiplied by 9. And similarly, if the denominator is getting multiplied by 9, the numerator will also get multiplied by the same number. We know that. How do we solve the fraction? I don't need to explain that. Similarly, in this fraction 8 upon 9, it is getting multiplied by 8, and similarly the numerator also getting multiplied by 8. Now simplify it further. What I have done over here, I have taken the minus sign of these two terms. Since this is minus, this minus belongs to the numerator. So what I have done, I have changed this as plus, and I have taken this minus with the term itself, that is minus 81. And similarly here also I have done that, I have taken this minus as plus, and that minus I have taken with this minus 64. So I have collected the terms like this. So it is again, as I told you earlier also, it is up to you how you want to do the calculation. But this concept should be very clear that when you are dealing with the signs should not get changed. You should not change the question. Okay. So I have not changed the question because if I try to multiply it back, I'm going to get this minus again only. I'll get the minus only. Right? Now, same sign, add and put the same sign. So plus minus 145 upon 72 xy minus 2y square. Now let's see one more way of doing the same question. Till here, The same steps are there, so I'm just skipping. Now, when we are collecting the like terms and when we are taking the LCM, how I'm doing it here in a different way is like, maybe you also adopt the same method. So I'm showing it in that way. I have taken the LCM, 8 times the 72. But see, I have put the bracket over here. And since I'm putting the bracket, this sign, the sign in between the two terms, I have changed. That is, when it was minus, as it was minus, I have changed it to plus because I'm putting this bracket over here. I'm using this bracket. If you're using this bracket, if you're using the bracket anywhere, you need to be careful with the sign, because if I'll just move back, if I'll go back to the same step, I should get the same signs with the terms, right? As I told you in this method also, that the signs should not get changed. You should not change the question. That exactly what I have done over here. So I have taken this minus common, I have put the bracket, and then I'm solving it. So this sign have got changed. So please be careful while dealing with the signs. That is the only mistake you do in your notebook or in your exam. So now you know how to do this. This is very easy now. And the same answer you're going to get. There will be no difference in the answer, right? Let's move on. Yeah, so we have reached to the assignment. That's all for today. 5 questions, more than enough. If you have understood the concept of multiplication of algebraic expression, now you can easily do these multiplication over here, and I have already given you the answer, so you can tally the answers also. Next set of assignment is find the volume of a cuboid or a rectangular box. If I say rectangular box or a cuboid, it means the same only, where the length, breadth and height is given to you, and you need to find the volume of cuboid. So volume of cuboid is equals to length into breadth into height, and that is going to help you to find the volume, and you can just multiply the terms, you will get the volume.
Now I'm sure that you can easily do the exercise given in the textbook based on the concept, so please do that.
So that's all for today. We'll meet soon in the next video. Thank you so much.